There are nights that define a club soccer season, and this right here is one of them. Tonight, there are nights that define a club soccer season, and this right here is one of them. Tonight in Tennessee, top 5 Pittsburgh, top 3 Nashville, the Steel City and the Music City collide next. It is game night for Nashville Soccer Club, and on the final weekend of summer, welcome to one of the most anticipated late season matches of the year in the USL Eastern Conference. This is First Tennessee Park, where the most informed teams in the East have arrived. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds bearing their fangs, wanting a bite out of the title hopes of Nashville's Boys in Gold. Before it all begins, I want to welcome you up to our broadcast booth. John Freeman, joined by MLS reporter and studio host Susanna Collins. And, well, Susanna, if we look too far forward into MLS, we're going to miss something special right here, right now in this season for Nashville.
Well, John, no doubt about it. So much excitement and anticipation around this team as they get set to enter Major League Soccer in 2020. But you said it, a lot to be excited about right here, right now. Nashville SC already punched their ticket to the postseason. A win here tonight and a few other things falling in their favor. They could be sitting on top of the Eastern Conference standings. And for Pittsburgh, they entered this one in 5th place. They're looking to crack that top 4. So it's a valuable 3 points for both teams. I think it's going to be a good one.
It's a massive matchup. Let's hear what Nashville coach Gary Smith had to say about it.
Well, I've said to him in the week, it's fantastic that we've already got our place in the playoffs, but you know we've got our sights on something a little bit bigger than that, and if that's the conference title, that would be wonderful. But if not, we're certainly looking for this home tie, and they're all fully aware of what we're trying to achieve.
Gary Smith has selected his starting 11. We will have it for you next, along with the opening kickoff from First Tennessee Park as we prepare for Pittsburgh and Nashville. Will there be another moment of madness on the way like this one from Music City? Tonight, just 3 regular season matches left here, along with one across the river at Nissan Stadium next month. The sun is set, which means it's time to take a look at our starting lineups. Let's begin with the home side, which remains in the 4-2-3-1 for the second consecutive match. Goalkeeper Matt Pickens collected his 100th career clean sheet on Tuesday. The back line that helped him do so is without Forrest Lasso tonight due to injury. Elsewhere, Daniel Rios returns to the starting 11 for the first time in over a month.
Yeah, and well, the numbers speak for themselves with Daniel Rios. John, 17 goals on the season. 3 more, he becomes the first USL player to score 20 goals in multiple seasons. And Gary Smith calls him a difference maker and said the connection between him and Lebo Manoto tonight is going to be key for them. Interestingly enough, for Rios, only 6 of his 17 goals have come at home. As for the road side, there is no team in the East that has racked up more points over the last 2 months than the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Joe Greenspan anchors a sturdy defense. Former Nashville player Ryan James returns, and striker Steven Dos Santos has scored in 9 matches this season. All 9 turned into Pittsburgh wins. Exactly. They have not lost when he's scored, so that offense goes through him. 3 assists, 2 goals in the last 6 games. He's also a threat in the area. He's a big guy, 6'4", so he can score on set pieces, something that Nashville's going to have to be mindful of tonight. Another player to watch for Pittsburgh, Nico Brett. 10 goals this season to lead the Riverhounds. So on the final weekend of a sensational summer, 2 title contending teams soon to be face to face at the negotiation table. And these are clubs who do not compromise. Policing it all tonight, Farhad Dadko, who holds the distinction of awarding 4 penalties in a match last month between Austin and Tulsa. It's the 2nd Nashville match that he has officiated in his career. One this season was a 2-0 win over Swope Park earlier this summer. Well, they come together in a stadium where we are beginning to question just what is the extraordinary and what is now the regular. There is an appetite for drama in this town, and now a chance for more of it as Pittsburgh and Nashville whistle to life. And let's take a look at our Vanderbilt Health injury report, which has been in flux as of recent. Michael Reed out for the season. Cameron Lancaster is in the 18 tonight and available. Meanwhile, Rapapa Mensah fallen ill and not available, and Forrest Lasso, the late scratch with a hamstring injury. Nashville in the gold and Pittsburgh in the road whites. Nashville 3rd in the USL Eastern Conference, and Pittsburgh is 5th with 2 games in hand over Nashville. A chance for top of the table tonight for the boys in gold if they can get a victory in another match that's happening simultaneously. Nashville would need Louisville to defeat New York Red Bulls 2 in Kentucky. At halftime, it was Louisville leading by 2 goals. So top of the table, very much a possibility tonight with a win, Suzanne. Absolutely, we talked about it a little bit in pregame. I mean, this is a big 3 points up for grabs, and certainly for Pittsburgh as well, who are going to be looking to get into, crack that top 3 perhaps. And we all know how important home field is in the playoffs in USL. So this is a big one, a lot on the line for both teams. We talked to Gary Smith yesterday, the Nashville coach. He told us to expect a, quote, sturdy, physical, upsetting, and frustrating game. Lily ball, as they call it. Gary Smith, the manager for Nashville, facing Pittsburgh for the 4th time in his career, has not lost to this Riverhounds team. The reason we expect such a rugged match is some of the dynamics of it. One, Pittsburgh, known for playing what is called Lily Ball, named after their manager, Bob Lilly. They've blossomed out of that a little bit this year and been much more high scoring, but when they go on the road and need a result, they are tough to crack. In fact, they've gone over 4 straight matches without conceding a goal. Well, I spoke to Gary before the game, and he said, you know, Bob Lilly is a guy who knows how to win, and this season is very indicative of a Bob Lilly season. He was quite happy to just sort of go for draws in the beginning, accumulate a point here and there, but then they make a strong run at the end of the season in the back half, which is exactly what we're seeing from Pittsburgh right now.
One of those draws was a 2-2 result when these teams met in the Steel City several months ago, a game in which Nashville led 2-0 past the 85th minute. There's former Nashville player Ryan James, who was involved in the game-tying goal in that first match. Jordan Dover rolled in towards Dos Santos, who's policed by Bradley Bourgeois, who gets the start tonight in replacement of Forrest Lasso.
Those are big shoes to fill for him. Lasso coming off such a great game on Tuesday. He has been so strong defensively for Nashville.
Dotco, well above the league averages. The referee in yellow cards, 5 straight games with 5 or more yellows. Also quite fond of penalty kicks, 10 awarded in 17 matches this season. LaGrassa with room to turn forward for Daniel Rios, just under his outstretched leg.
Nice idea there to try to break through some of those Pittsburgh defenders. Rios just couldn't get a leg on it.
Well, fans, keep up to date with us all season long. Follow our journey to Major League Soccer at NashvilleSC.com. Forbes. Joe Greenspan, center back tonight, graduate of the Naval Academy, is a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy. Here's Carlton Belmar bombarding forward. Akinyoti. And now Bourgeois. Davis. To the captain tonight, Ken Tribbett. Takes the armband away from the sideline, Forrest Lasso. It's a minimalist approach from Nashville, seeking out Rios. The attack parried away by Thomas Von Kiezeel.
This is exactly the kind of game plan that Gary Smith anticipated from Pittsburgh, and playing that ball forward. You've got to try to find a way to break through at some point. So you're probably going to see a lot of long balls tonight.
Jimmy Ockford makes his 10th start tonight for Nashville. In his previous 9 starts, the team's only given up a combined 3 goals. Belmar trying to send it down the line to Matt LaGrassa. Instead, it lands at the foot of the goalkeeper, Kyle Morton, who gets the start tonight. Interestingly enough, Nashville attacking towards its supporters here in the first half. All those magical second half moments have come on this goal, and it's Pittsburgh who won the coin toss tonight and selected to make Nashville attack away from its supporters in the second half.
Well, John, we had spoke about that ahead of the game, and you thought that that was a move that Bob Lilly might implement, and it looks like he did just that. A little psychological warfare.
There is not a detail left undone by Pittsburgh and their leader, Bob Lilly, all the way down to the coin toss. Man knows how to make the playoffs. 7 straight years in this league, he's guided a team to the postseason. Oh, this is neatly worked by Pittsburgh. Right in front and spun wide. It was Dos Santos. First real good look of the match.
Well, John, we had talked about it earlier about how dangerous Dos Santos can be, and when this guy scores, it usually ends up as a good result for Pittsburgh. Some nice work just outside the box there. Nashville lucky went just wide.
First sign of fangs from the Riverhounds. This is where the game will be won, in the trenches. Over and over again. King. Placed in towards LaGrassa. Intervening was Robbie Mertz.
Well, heading into this one, Gary Smith had said he wanted to try and dominate territory, knowing that they weren't going to get a ton of chances, but he just felt that if they could pin them in their half, they'd feel pressure, ask questions, and just test their reliability.
Daniel Rios ended up on the 14, written on his back, looking towards Farhad Dotko. Center official unimpressed. So going back to Nashville's game plan, so to dominate territory, but also dominate the possession. Knowing that the Riverhounds may set up in a counter-attacking mentality. Meloto, he stoked it wide for Justin Davis. Turn back for Meloto. All the interplay. LaGrassa flicking towards Daniel Rios! Saved by Morton! Point blank.
Oh, and Daniel Rios is likely going to want this one back. Does really well here to keep possession, and then just misses inside post. Great chance for Nashville.
It does lead to the Coca-Cola corner kick in the 11th minute. It will come from Justin Davis. In a near post and met by Vankiazil. Reclaimed by Meloto, and he's turned it over, allowing Pittsburgh to set sail on a counterattack in Mertz.
And this is where they can be so dangerous on the attack, on the counter.
And diffusing the counter was Justin Davis. All the way over from his left back position to provide support on that far side. Thinking this would be a match of limited opportunities, Susanna, and so far both teams with a clear-cut chance.
No, surprising that we've seen it open up just a bit here. Hopefully more of that to come.
Rios in a foot race that he has won against Toby Adewale. And Rios and Adewale with words, and Nashville has won the corner kick. That will be a battle tonight. Adewale versus Rios. top scorer in the USL Eastern Conference versus one of the top defenders in the USL Eastern Conference. Corner hoisted in. Pass Belmar. Marshaled out by former Nashville SC player Ryan James.
Well, Daniel Rios is going to be a difference maker in this one. Gary Smith called him so. He talks about his finishing ability, his hold-up play, his ability to maintain the ball, his high soccer IQ. Nashville SC very happy to have him back in the lineup.
He had missed 3 straight matches due to injury, and then came back on Tuesday night versus Birmingham, 16 minutes as a substitute. Now making his first start in over a month. Already a sweet supporter serenade to Kyle Morton. Safety first defending from Greenspan. Hey fans, see the latest team content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at our handle Nashville SC. Nashville has nearly navigated through the first 15 minutes. This is when Pittsburgh thrives the most this season. 27% of their goals have come in the first 15 minutes of matches, the most of any 15-minute stanza out of the 90.
We'll pair that with Nashville's tendency to score late and exciting goals. So this could work out well, going right according to plan.
Onkford down the sideline for Darnell King in a rare realm ahead of the forwards. Taken back by LaGrassa.
Nice ball in.
King is offside. Flag is up. Just could not hold his run, Susanna.
Oh, it's a shame because he did such nice work. It was a lovely through ball. Unfortunate that the offside flag had to go up there. It was a really nice opportunity for Nashville.
It's interesting. Nashville seems to be picking on their former teammate, Ryan James, on that left side of the Pittsburgh defense.
Well, they have some intel. They know him well. Gary Smith had really nice things to say about him in the pregame call. Just what an absolute pro, and how happy he is to see him getting quality minutes for Pittsburgh and contributing. I'm sure he hopes that he does not have a good game here tonight for them, but nothing but love for the former Nashville SC member.
This has fallen to Dos Santos, and again failing to hit the frame. Matt Pickens, 100 career clean sheets. Trying to keep out Dos Santos. Pickens crossed the 30,000 league minute mark in their last match.
It's an absolutely incredible statistic. The 100 clean sheets also puts him in a category with one Nick Raimondo from RSL, which is pretty decent company to be keeping in that category.
Happening elsewhere, Louisville with a 2-goal lead over New York Red Bulls 2. About half an hour left in that match. If that score were to hold, or even that result of Louisville toppling New York Red Bulls 2, that would mean that Nashville could go top of the table tonight with a win. Nothing less would do. Also of note, if New York Red Bulls 2 were able to come back and gain a point out of that match, and Nashville were to win this one, it would come down to goal differential as the second tiebreaker after total wins, which the teams are tied on. And New York would most likely have that advantage unless Nashville were to win by an expansive margin. Got it all?
Got it. I don't know. There's still a chance that we could see multiple goals tonight, but I'm yet to be determined, John.
The interesting part is we're talking Nashville, maybe a chance to go top of the table. If Pittsburgh were to win this game, Pittsburgh would be in the driver's seat for a top 4 position and would announce themselves as title contenders, as they sit just 3 points back of Nashville with 2 full games in hands.
Well, Gary Smith said it ahead of the game. This was could be the biggest game of their season so far, and that is exactly the reason why. The playoff implications are massive in this one.
Justin Davis and Jordan Dover clattered heads. There is the debris. Dover the first one up. A reminder that all medical assistance provided by Vanderbilt Health.
We'll just watch the replay on this. Yeah, both guys go up. And Dover hit the back of his head. Davis looks to be okay. Getting back up on his feet.
Justin Davis shaking it off along with Dover. They will both have to exit the pitch before this ball is put back into play. We've also gotten word from our production truck that Louisville has scored another goal.
Wow.
In Kentucky.
That's a wild one.
That means Louisville now leads by 3, which we can assume, unless something wild happens in that game with a crazy comeback from New York, that Nashville, the golden opportunity to go top of the table tonight with a win. Hey fans, get your Nashville SC updates and alerts all year long by clicking follow on ESPN.com. Forbes, rubber limb defense from Akinyoti. One back off the foot of Meloto. Wide is Dover. Crashing forward is Mohamed Dabo. Repelled by Ken Tribbett. Greenspan's switch is a poor one. There is the score in the Louisville game. Wheels are off for New York Red Bulls 2. Nashville needed a string of results to go its way this weekend, both in the Indy 11 game at Birmingham and that Louisville New York Red Bulls 2 game, and they have gotten both the results that they needed to be eligible to go top of the table tonight. Now they've got to do the task.
Which would be the first time. So as you said, these are golden opportunities. They need to find a way to break through this Pittsburgh defense and get 3 points. It's been gift wrapped. It's there for the taking.
Dos Santos with his back to the goal. Dabo. Dover. Nashville digs in. It's an interrogating ball from Forbes. Ask questions of Bourgeois. He's conceded the Coca-Cola corner kick.
It's a nice little spell of possession from Pittsburgh there. Great movement side to side, eventually get the ball in. But now a chance here on a set piece.
This is where Pittsburgh thrives. Set pieces in tight games. First territory dispute. Bernardo Forbes, the captain, with a Coca-Cola corner kick. Back out to the cinder, and twice denied by Justin Davis. Gary Smith told us the game plan, said he wanted Nashville to dominate possession. Hadn't been too much possession in this one for either team. So many contested balls right around midfield. So they want to pin Pittsburgh back into their own half. Also said that when Pittsburgh has the ball, he actually wants them to be able to play out of the back. That's different than Nashville's normal setup where they employ a high press. Instead, he wants them to be drawn a little bit away from their goal, otherwise just be too compact and it'd be difficult to break through.
Well, they're going to have to be creative, and I know you said it, Gary Smith is not going to be terribly pleased with the amount of possession at this point from his team. It'll be interesting to see if there are any adjustments made to break through. But as you said, right now, it's just a battle in the midfield.
There's your answer on the possession. It's even, close to even as it can get.
One of the characteristics of Bob Lilly's teams is that they are so able to exploit a mistake. So it could come down to just one mistake for either team and taking advantage of that, which is going to make this a very, very ticky-tacky affair.
Forbes has found an open area with Ryan James. Forbes again. Decisive pass. He divided Dos Santos and Nico Brett. There's their playmaker, Bernardo Forbes. 8 assists this season, just one behind Nashville's Lebo Melodo, who leads the Eastern Conference in that category. on-field masterminds tonight, capable of unlocking one of these tightly wound defenses.
Gary Smith will be hoping that Minotto and Rios' connection will soon find its way. But as you talked about, I mean, Minotto is one of the best passers in the league, an 80.4 pass success rate.
Here's Justin Davis. The cross curled in towards Rios. Pittsburgh not out of danger yet. And Farhad Donko. This is a set piece for Nashville. And these are opportunities that they will cherish. Muscular work from Tribbett. Bodies all over the floor. This is a street fight.
Well, they know it too. They know that they have to seize these opportunities. Not anticipating some niceties being exchanged right now. There's a lot of pushing and shoving.
Free kick comes in. Jimmy Ockford was loitering on that far post. It was Ockford who did not get credit for the goal on Tuesday night against Birmingham. Headed it into the area. Eventually it was scored as an own goal against Akeem Ward of Birmingham, but nevertheless, he is the player that was responsible for its beginnings.
As they should be, and Nashville did a tremendous job on that play to just crash the box and get a bunch of bodies in there to create whatever they could, and sometimes it does just take one touch or an own goal, but huge credit to Ockford.
Nashville team that has become merchants of madness. 2 straight home games with a late goal after the 88th minute. Here's Forbes. Overlapping is Dover. Sliding was Davis. Sending the ball out was Bradley Bourgeois. Fans, Major League Soccer is almost here, and season tickets are now available. Ticket packages start at just $25 a match. Payment plans are available to purchase your 2020 MLS tickets. All you gotta do is go to visitnashvillesc.com.
Please join Nashville SC in welcoming some very special groups of teams joining us here at First Tennessee Park today.
Out of a crowd comes Robbie Mertz. This is where Nashville is okay with Pittsburgh trying to play out of the back. Doesn't feel the need to high press tonight.
We also want to welcome a very special Nashville SC fans celebrating their birthday this evening. We hope you enjoy tonight's match.
Pittsburgh has now gone over 400 straight minutes without conceding a goal.
It's a remarkable, remarkable statistic.
Bob Lilly, some say a master of the dark arts of soccer. Some say defensive genius. We can all say the leader of a team in title contention. taken away on the far flank. It's Dos Santos wandering across. Instead, the ball rolls over the inline. It'll be a Nashville goal kick. And New York Red Bulls, too, has clawed one back. Still needing 2 more goals to get a result and deny Nashville an opportunity at top of the table tonight. You never know with that Red Bulls 2 team.
You really don't, and I'm sure Gary Smith will be asking for some updates at halftime on that one.
Smith, who told us a draw tonight against Pittsburgh would do the Riverhounds better than it would Nashville. Just because the Riverhounds have a couple games in hand and are only 3 points back as we hit the final stretch of this regular season.
Absolutely, and he knew that going in, and he knew that that would affect Pittsburgh's game plan heading into this one. Knowing that they would be content with just collecting a point makes them extra difficult for a team that's already so strong defensively.
Interrogating is Dover. Now Mertz. Riverhounds fidgeting with the lock. Trying to find a fissure in this Nashville setup. Now exploited the far side with James. Forbes. Dover. Intricate, expansive build-up from the visitors. Fans follow Nashville SC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Over the USL, MLS, and more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Searching pass towards Belmar. Second ball won by a leaping Kim Tribbett. Flank overpopulated. Nashville having a hard time navigating its way out.
Well, Gary Smith had said that the last 2 games had taken years off his life, and I think that this match could have the same effect for different reasons, though, John.
Bradley Bourgeois afforded space and time. King.
Nashville just struggling to get the ball forward at all. Getting stalled in that midfield. Turning the ball over. It needs to be cleaner. Need to find some more space. But this is exactly the type of game that they anticipated.
Here's King. Looking at a team picture of the Riverhounds. Nashville searching high and low for an entry point. Coolly done by Ryan James. A rugged first half, just what we expected. Gary Smith said it would be an upsetting and frustrating game. There is no other way when the Riverhounds travel to face a top 5 team like Nashville. And so far, those man's words have come to fruition.
Well, he knew it, and I asked him what his message to the guys was ahead of this one, and he said that he told them exactly, this is the type of match that you can anticipate, and we just need to find a way. So Nashville they need to find a way to break through. The defense, they need to capitalize on any sort of mistake. Set pieces, here's a chance right now.
Here's Matt LaGrassa with Rios to his left. It's Daniel Rios. Cut out by Robbie Mertz. Now there's still a robust challenge that needs to be dealt with. And Farhad Dodko over to the crime scene, brandishing a yellow card.
Well, on cue, those are the type of moments that Nashville need to take advantage of.
It's Ken Tribbett who's down. And not a player that embellishes. And this is a scary sight for Nashville. Already down Forrest Lasso at center back.
Shin. He looks to be in quite a bit of pain.
Now Farhad Dodko had pulled out the yellow card. And now he's reaching towards his back pocket, and it's a red card.
Wow.
Pittsburgh reduced to 10 men. And they have lost their center back, Toby Adewale.
Well, this could be the game changer here, the thing that turns the tide for Nashville. Adewale shown the red card. Pittsburgh now down to 10 men, going to be even harder for them to continue this sort of bunker down approach.
And Ken Tribbett still being tended to. So while Pittsburgh loses Adewale, I wonder about Ken Tribbett's ability to continue in this match. Take a look at the replay of the expulsion-worthy challenge from Toby Adewale. He created his own mess. The way the rule's written, is this excessive force, Susanna?
Yeah, and to be honest, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to call. There's certainly force. Whether it's excessive or not is entirely up to the referee. But the angle at which his legs went in, and with the cleats up, I think it's always the ref's going to lean towards the side of giving that red card.
Supporters letting Adewale know how much they appreciated the challenge. So Pittsburgh reduced to 10. Ken Tribbett gingerly back out onto the field for Nashville. And the expulsion coming from Farhad Dodko, who had not given a red card in over 5 games. One out here in the first half, and this match has been completely transformed. Hey, soccer fans, get your official Nashville SC gear, including MLS styles, online at NashvilleSC.com.
Well, if you're Nashville SC right now, you have to smell blood at this point. Shortly before halftime, Pittsburgh gets the red card. They're down to 10 men. They're shorthanded. You have to seize these moments. To get a goal here right before halftime would just be, it would put Pittsburgh in such a unideal position heading into half. And they need to take advantage of these situations.
Ockford hoisted towards LaGrassa. Running on is Davis. Corner kick. Maybe one of Nashville's last chances in front of the goal that sits right in front of their supporters. It's the Coca-Cola corner kick for Lebo Moloto. Launched in. The good area! Skimmed just over the crossbar. It was Daniel Rios.
Well, this is a really, really nice delivery in. And Daniel Rios gets a good amount of contact on the ball. Unfortunately, can't guide it into that far post, but really nice effort, just goes on top.
Good to see Ken Tribbett up and moving. Now Nashville up a man, but needing a goal to go top of the table. Louisville still leading over New York Red Bulls 2. And Nashville prodding away with Davis. Hooked in towards Rios. Forbes shrugging off Rios. James. Moloto. Bourgeois. Nashville has switched some players around in their positions. It's Moloto now combining with Darnell King.
With Pittsburgh down to 10 men now, it's an ideal opportunity for Nashville to execute Gary Smith's game plan, which was to dominate possession, put that extra pressure on Pittsburgh.
Nashville has also brought Carlton Belmar over here on that near side. Both teams making their formational calculations. It's towards Daniel Rios. First touch let him down. Moloto. Nashville buzzing. Oh, what a turn by Belmar. Here comes Darnell King right in front. And how did Lebo Moloto in Nashville SC not score?
Oh, I mean, this was just gift wrapped for Moloto.
It was an unselfish play from King, who may have had the better of the looks.
I mean, just to have the vision to send that ball just to his left, and Moloto, he needs to do better. He needs to finish that. Those are the opportunities that don't come very often against Bob Lilly's teams.
Well, the first half completes. And Bob Lilly with plenty to say about it to Farhad Dodko, the official who expelled Toby Adewale, a red card late in this first half, reducing Pittsburgh to 10 men. Nashville nearly grabbing the lead in the dying embers of this first half as the teams head to the dressing rooms. Nashville with a chance to go top of the table tonight with a win. Bob Lilly knows how important this game is to his Pittsburgh Riverhounds team on the road, now down a man. An intriguing second half to come, but first our halftime presented by Nissan from First Tennessee Park, Nashville SC and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds battling in a top 5 battle, and plenty more to come on our halftime presented by Nissan. Family affair tonight at First Tennessee Park is our halftime presented to you by Nissan, Nashville SC, and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in a 0-0 0-0 duel. The big story, the red card to Toby Adewale, and Pittsburgh will have just 10 men in the second half. I'm John Freeman, our halftime presented by Nissan. Let's go ahead and take a look at a story about some of the soccer supporters as this team heads to Major League Soccer. And, well, there are plenty of music industry people that are excited about this team joining the entertainment scene, and there's one person who trains people in the entertainment industry. That's Erin Oprea. Let's hear her Nashville SC journey to MLS story.
So my name's Erin Oprea. I'm a celebrity trainer here in Nashville, and I work with a bunch of really cool artists. And I get to play every day. So I got certified to train when I was 18, and then I was like, oh, my ex-husband was a Marine. I was like, that looks like fun. He gets to go camping all the time. I'm gonna join the Marines. Not quite camping, so I joined. I did 2 tours in Iraq. So I basically train, Marine Corps train. That's all I know is fitness. Soccer has been my world my whole life. I obviously grew up playing. My dad played, he coached me all the way through, typical soccer dad. And then of course I had my kids and we played. I played a little bit in the Marine Corps on a couple base teams. I mean, and now my kids are both heavily involved in soccer. One's playing on like a club team at college and the other one's playing in Spain. And my husband and I met playing soccer. So my whole world's been playing soccer. I feel like the game brings such a great community of people together, and through that community you build just intense friendships, relationships. For me, a spouse. Well, one, I have a passion for Nashville, and I have a passion for soccer. So you put the two together, and it's like, woo, let's cheer them on. So I'm really excited to see that this big thing is happening here in Nashville. Nashville needed something like this, and we have a great soccer community here. I've been in the soccer community since I mean, years. My kids were little, and we've been playing since they were 4, and I've been in the travel and the Olympic development. It's so good to see something big like this come to Nashville.
Hey, it's Aaron Opria. Soccer's here. Pass it on.
Bandbox will be closest to the goal that Nashville will attack in the second half. But right now, no goals in this one as our halftime presented by Nissan. John Freeman joined by Susanna Collins at First Tennessee Park. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first half stats in this contest. Not a lot to it, just 5 total crosses in this first half combined. 1 total shot on target combined between these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's going as pretty much according to script and according to what Gary Smith anticipated in this one. I will say, though, Daniel Rios with 21 touches so far. So they are getting the ball forward. It's just a matter of taking advantage of these opportunities.
Pittsburgh down to 10 men. The 40th minute red card to Toby Adewale. And Nashville will be playing a man up to start the second half. Well, this is a big match for Nashville SC because of the scores around the USL Eastern Conference tonight. The one that matters the most for this one, Lou City topping New York Red Bulls 2. That means that if Nashville were to win this game tonight, they would go top of the table for the first time in club history.
Which would just be so huge, not only from just a mental standpoint, but momentum. You want to be on top. You want to be that #1 seed, and for Nashville to be able to achieve that in just their second season would be huge, especially as they get set to enter MLS in 2020.
This right here is a live table. So right now, Nashville has 1 point added to its standings before the beginning of this match. It shows Nashville needs 3 points to vault New York Red Bulls 2 into first place, but it also shows the Tampa Bay Rowdies would catch up and vault Nashville if they can't get that goal. It's a wild top 4, actually really even top 5 maybe even top 6 in the USL Eastern
It is
Conference.
so tight. Very, very little margin for error here, which is another reason why Nashville need to take advantage of this opportunity here tonight.
Nashville is primed for a run here down the stretch. This is why 3 of their last 4 games at home, 2 at First Tennessee Park, 1 at Nissan Stadium, but first a trip to Loudoun United. The table is set for this team to grab silverware.
If they can get the job done here tonight, it's almost as if this has been gift wrapped for Nashville to take that #1 seed. Everything is sort of falling into their favor. The cards are all falling into place. They've just got to get it done on the field.
They've got to get a goal, just 1 goal to go top of the table against the most stubborn defensive team in the USL Eastern Conference, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Will Nashville get that goal? We find out next from First Tennessee Park.
All right, soccer fans, hopefully you enjoyed the game. I'm meteorologist Justin Chambers from Fox 17. Taking a look at your forecast as we head into your Saturday evening and overnight, we're going to see temps drop to the mid-60s. So mild temperatures, mainly clear skies. It will be a bit warmer by the time we head into Sunday. And you're going to see those temperatures start to rise a little bit into Sunday and Monday as well. But another cold front starting to make its way here by Monday morning. Could see a few rain showers. Haven't seen rain in quite some time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Comfortable night for the players here at First Tennessee Park underneath the Tennessee state flag. Welcome back to our halftime presented by Nissan. 0-0 our score, Pittsburgh and Nashville. And welcome you up to our broadcast position at First Tennessee Park. John Freeman, joined by MLS reporter Susanna Collins. And, well, we're going to go right into our first half highlights. And this should be a pretty short package. There's not a whole lot of them. Just 1 shot on goal for Nashville SC and a red card for Pittsburgh. Here are the first half highlights. And, well, Pittsburgh did get things going early. It was Steven Dos Santos with an early look. That was their best chance of this half. Daniel Rios, though, forcing the save from Kyle Morton, an uncharacteristic non-goal from Rios when right on top.
Well, exactly, and we talked about it. Daniel Rios had 21 touches in this one, and there's a few that he's going to want to get back. Now, this is a look at what was eventually called the red card, and you would talk, oh, sorry, that was not that.
That was the red card, and there is the header from
That
Daniel
was the
Rios
header from Rios. But that red card is still, I mean, that is a game changer, and we're going to see how Gary Smith adjusts his side, knowing that Pittsburgh is now shorthanded, and again, we keep saying it, but these are opportunities that they have to take advantage of. So much on the line here tonight. First place at stake. They could do it. They just need a goal.
Nashville Soccer Club, if they win this game, they will go top of the table. Problem is, they have to breach one of the best defenses in the league, a team that has gone over 400 minutes now, over 4 straight games without conceding a goal. And Gary Smith is going for it by taking out a center back in Bradley Bourgeois and inserting one of the paciest players in the USL Eastern Conference in Alan Wynn.
Well, Alan Wynn was really fantastic for Nashville on Tuesday. Gary Smith talking about his first half display, said it was very bright and positive. He was watertight early on, he said, and a lot of physical confrontation, but he got a little bit gassed towards the end of that one. So clearly he's bringing him on here to bring in a little bit of pace, to bring in some energy, hopefully find that goal that they need so desperately.
Well, Nashville has brought in some artillery. It is Pittsburgh who has brought in some armor. That's Todd Pratzner replacing Robbie Mertz. Pratzner started the season at Memphis, then was re-signed just this week as Nashville prodding away. And it's Alan Wynn already making his intentions known.
Well, Alan Wynn, just explosive speed, especially on the ball. He's capable of big moments, and they're going to look for one from him tonight.
Alan Wynn has gone those 7 straight matches without a goal or an assist. Nico Brett has gone down. The outbreak begins at the feet of Carlton Belmar.
Nashville finding some space here.
Meloto evaded the challenge. Barked down the far flank. Now Pittsburgh draws its lines. Wynn. Ockford. Wynn again. Nashville reloads with LaGrassa.
Pittsburgh just playing so compact, shutting down those passing lanes.
Already get the feeling Nashville will have to weave together something special to find their way through this airlocked Pittsburgh defense. Meloto. Riverhounds pin back. Davis. Wynn. Trialing Greenspan. Slammed away by Forbes. Relentless pressure from Nashville.
And that's exactly what they're going to have to do if they want to break through here. Little bit
Alan
of opening
Wynn
here.
Horton off his line. Meloto down in the box. Falls out to Davis. And out for a corner kick.
And that's good to see from Nashville. You saw them being very, very patient, just passing the ball, looking for the opportunity. They were able to get that ball inside the box, and when they do, that's when the chances happen. And another opportunity here on a set piece.
A scripted one at that, with Meloto and Davis standing over the Coca-Cola corner kick. It's in towards Tribbett. Rebound out for Wynn. And another clash of heads. This time, Steven Dos Santos flat on his back. Hey fans, Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Second time tonight we've seen players touch heads.
Nah, Dos Santos goes up and just takes it right into the back of the head. Tribbett appears to be fine, but doing some precautionary tests right now with Dos Santos.
That's the concussion test. More of a flesh wound.
He's a big guy. For him to go down, you know that was some serious contact.
That also means until he can get his way back into the run of play, Pittsburgh will be playing with 9 men. In addition to the Toby Adewale red card.
Which again, just to belabor the point, Nashville needs to seize these opportunities, especially when a guy like Dos Santos is off the pitch.
Dos Santos waved back in by Farhad Datko. Get the feeling the referee will have a busy last 40 or so minutes of this match.
It's a grind fest. Fully anticipating a grind fest here.
Cutting touch from Davis. Taken back by Dover. Now Forbes. Attack with little venom. Little fuel for Pittsburgh. Playing down a man. King. Afforded space. Melodo. LaGrassa. Akinyoti at the gates of the defense. And now Wynn. Rios. Pittsburgh tightens the screws again.
Again, Nashville just going to have to be patient, trying to wear down Pittsburgh. Miscue there.
Pittsburgh, simply just by way of their manager, one of the best defensive teams, one of the most well-drilled teams and compact teams in the league. And now a chance to venture forward. Rebounds out to Canardo Forbes. The Riverhounds take a bite out of Nashville. The flag is up. Well, just when you think Pittsburgh's going to bunker in, they have one of the better opportunities of this second half. It wasn't much, but it was something.
It was something.
In a game where there's very little.
And I mean, Bob Lilly, when we look at all of his teams, he has had such a long coaching career. His Rochester team that won the title in 2015, you know, they set the records for clean sheets, least goals conceded, goals per game against. I mean, he is just a defensive-minded coach. You know the identity of a Bob Lilly team, and this Pittsburgh side is certainly no exception to that.
Melodo, how neatly worked that is to Rios. Rebounds out to the Mexican. Connects with King. Auditioning James. Davis. Wynn returns for Davis. First time cross lets him down. Hey fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Up a man into this padlock Pittsburgh team. Do not want to concede set pieces anywhere over the midfield stripe. And Pittsburgh treating this as a true opportunity, allowing their center backs to migrate forward. Greenspan and Vankiazil. Free kick comes in. Appeals for a handball from the Riverhounds. Waved off by Farhan Dako.
It was well defended by Nashville SC. Good delivery in. There was a sea of yellow.
Rare second half for Nashville, attacking away from its supporters.
One of the privileges of my job is that I've gotten to spend some time with the Nashville SC supporters, John, and I can tell you that having been around Major League Soccer now this is my fourth season, they are as passionate as they come here in Nashville. And from our standpoint, it is so exciting to know that Major League Soccer is coming to this city. I think it is going to be such a huge success, and we are thrilled. And I'm over the moon that I get to make more trips to Music City.
Heard that a few times from people involved in MLS. The player that we just had our camera on was Cameron Lancaster. He will be joining the team in MLS. You wonder how much longer till we see him on this field tonight. And now another Riverhound player down, and this time it is Nico Brett.
Well, it's an interesting time for a lot of these Nashville players. A lot of them, their futures, are in question. And one thing we do know, though, is that Gary Smith is going to be the coach of Nashville SC in Major League Soccer. And he is a guy, there he is. He's got so much experience, won an MLS Cup in 2010 with the Colorado Rapids. And he said it's been a long road to get back to Major League Soccer. He feels like he has a lot to prove. And I know players that have played for him, they have nothing but positive things to say. He has the experience. He has a guy like Ian Ayre who has all the experience in Europe. And there's no reason to think that Nashville SC can't be really, really successful right out of the gates in year one in Major League Soccer.
Also, Mike Jacobs, the general manager, has made some fantastic moves. Start building that MLS roster, but still so much more to play for here in the USL, including top of the table tonight. If Nashville were to win this game, they would be in first place at Sunrise for the first time in club history. Hey fans, Nashville SC's next home game will be on Tuesday, October 8th at First Tennessee Park against Blue City. Single game tickets available online at NashvilleSC.com. Rios with his back to goal. Now his belly on the ground and a fist thrust to the earth.
Not happy there. Thought he was pushed from behind. Looks like he was.
Rare spell of possession for the visitors after the hour mark. Dos Santos has manufactured a whistle from Farhan.co. Let's take a look at the penalty shout, Susanna. Anything in this?
Well, Rios was upset. I mean, I see two hands and I see a shove. So for me, that's a clear push. Rios had reason to be upset on that one.
Remember, this is a referee that once gave, just last month, 4 penalties in 1 match alone. 3 of them came in the first half of that match. Pittsburgh is taking this quickly. Trying to catch Nashville napping. How much longer does Daniel Rios have in this match, coming off of injury in his first start in over a month? Missed 3 matches. Played as a substitute in that dramatic win on Tuesday against Birmingham.
I'd say overall Rios has been good this game. I think he still is probably feeling the effects of that injury, a little bit off the pace. He's had some opportunities. Maybe his finishing not quite as sharp as it would be had he been in game shape, but certainly encouraging and so great to get him the start here tonight and get more minutes under his belt as they head into this final push into the playoffs.
Just 26 touches for Rios. Supply has been limited.
Opportunities few and far between in this one. Neither team, though, able to capitalize on any of those.
Davis direct towards Wynn. Watched out by Thomas Funky Zeal. Pittsburgh now over 430 consecutive minutes of scoreless soccer.
Nashville desperate to put an end to that streak. We're going to have to fight hard to do it here.
It's an incisive pass to Melodo. Clairvoyant defending from Joe Greenspan. Nashville corner.
This game could come down to set pieces, as they could be the only real opportunities that either team will have to score. Nashville knows that. Pittsburgh knows that.
They brought up their aerial specialist, Ken Trivet, who has 4 goals this year as a center back. Horton off his line calmly claims. Year-old goalkeeper controlling the airspace.
Good delivery. As cool as you like.
%72% of the possession in this half for Nashville SC. As you would expect with the man advantage. Hooked out of the feet of Dos Santos by Akinyoti. Hey, fans, join us Saturday, September 28th for the official away match viewing party at the Mainstay East Nashville. Nashville traveling to Loudon next weekend. Will they do so as a team at the top of the table? Win tonight would send them into first place. Now they switched Allen Wynn here to this right side of the formation to try and get after his former teammate Ryan James.
You said it earlier in the broadcast, John. They've been targeting James all game, trying to put their strongest attackers on him. And again, they have familiarity with him.
Three goals this year for Allen Wynn.
Well, Gary Smith has been frustrated with the lack of consistency from Wynn, but saw his match on Tuesday as a really positive sign. I'm just hoping he can bring that spark here tonight for Nashville.
Oxford. King, that's altered, dealt with by Greenspan. Well done by Brett. Clearing as far as Akinyoti. Reclaimed by Dos Santos. Tedious soccer. Pittsburgh would love, with the way this game has evolved, to walk out of here with a draw.
Well, what were some of the adjectives that Gary Smith used to describe?
Sturdy, sterile, physical, upsetting, frustrating.
Check, 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 check. Across the board. He was spot on.
LaGrassa
Little bit of room.
stoking this team forward. Oh, it's neat combination work. Lebo Maloto!
Oh, Maloto again with another golden opportunity. And he does so well here. This little turn, oh, it's just delicious, and just misses that near post. He's been so close tonight, just cannot find the back of the net.
Haven't been many clear-cut chances for Nashville tonight. That was one of them. Invoked forward is Oxford. LaGrassa has slipped it through for Rios. The run's arriving. Ryan James flying in.
Nice ball in from LaGrassa there.
We'll try again with Rios, who sells out.
This is a nice little spell from Nashville, though. Able to break down, find some space within those tight passing lanes. You have to thread the needle. Be able to do that the last 2 times down. Nothing to show for it, however. And this is just nice vision here. Look at that turn again. He does so well. He does the hard part.
Maloto hauled down. performance from Pittsburgh. They have not buckled on the road. Down a man. Turn this match into a street fight.
And we talked about it earlier that...
Oh, a chance here. It's Belmar.
Here.
Safely away by James.
Well, Pittsburgh will be happy with a point here, even more so after the way this has transpired and going down a man. Pittsburgh doing anything at this point to just hang on, collect what will be a very valuable point for them.
Win. Trialing Dover. Cross, flopped in back post. Downloaded by Rios. Ockford. Sit in low. Carried out by Greenspan and Dabo.
Nashville really amping up the pressure here.
They come forward again. And Dos Santos down. Substitutions about. The first, Christian Valesky for Pittsburgh. Big hold up forward. He will take out Nico Brett. And Nashville will bring in Tucker Hugh, a player who has played just 14 total minutes over the last 3.5 months. He will play more than that tonight. He replaces Carlton Belmar. Hume obviously at 6'5", an enormous target.
That is a big body, and it's like we said earlier, this game could come down to a set piece. You want that aerial threat. You want those big bodies in there to be able to defend. Very strategic move from Gary Smith.
The longest substitute appearance Hume has had this season is just 9 minutes. Here he is, including stoppage time, maybe about 20 or so, to find the goal that sends Nashville to the top of the table.
Well, this is a clear indication that Nashville want to win this game desperately. Unlike Pittsburgh, will not be happy with just taking away a point here. They want to win. They need to get to the top of those Eastern Conference standings. And a goal is the only way to do it.
James. Valesky, his first involvement, has been called for offside.
Nashville at this point just looking for any opportunity to find some space, find some open passing lanes. They've just been so quiet in that attacking third, John.
Davis. Wynn, who has found so little space on that far flank. Can't be more compact than Pittsburgh right now. All 11 players. About a 20-yard radius.
And it's just so hard. It's so hard to be Nashville in this position, trying to find anything when Pittsburgh has committed to playing that compact. It's going to take a moment of brilliance here.
Either that or a mistake. Pittsburgh right now has played mistake-free. At least the 10 on the field have for 76 minutes. Now Nashville a chance on a set piece, which they have had few of outside of corner kicks. First, it's time to vote for today's Budweiser Man of the Match. Find the poll at the official Nashville SC Twitter account at Nashville SC. And now Nashville has the luxury of their hulking target in Tucker Hume.
This is why Gary Smith brought him into this game for moments just like this one.
And Nashville will also have the services of Cameron Lancaster, who will replace Daniel Rios. Lancaster has missed 12 matches this year due to injury. Last year's USL Golden Boot at Lou City with 25 goals. He replaces Nashville's leading scorer in Daniel Rios. Gary Smith said just wanted an hour out of Rios returning from injury. He got 77 minutes, and now one of the most lethal strikers in this league's history off the bench in his 0-0 game and a chance to go top of the table. And they just might do it here. But Ken Tribbett's header has gone just wide. And it was touched on the way. It will be a Coca-Cola corner kick for Nashville SC.
Oh, Tribbett does so well here to make such good contact with his head. You can see this ball in. And Tribbett, he's got his back to goal. Nearly puts it in. Another close one for Nashville SC.
Melodo's cross. The frustrated player for Nashville is Jimmy Oxford, whose attempt sails over.
Perhaps we'll see some more last-minute heroics from Oxford, from Hume. Nashville SC doesn't care. Gary Smith doesn't care at this point.
He's put all his chips on the table. All 3 substitutions made for the boys in goal.
I like that, though. I think that shows how much this matters, how much it would matter to Nashville SC to go on top of the Eastern Conference standings.
Can't be too casual defending, though. Forbes. Bonchizio getting stuck in. One back by Tribbett, and a rare chance for Nashville to flood forward. They've done so at the feet of Melodo, linking up with a galloping Alan Wynn. The forwards arriving for the harvest. It stays with Wynn.
Nice move there.
Wynn is down, appeals for a penalty. And again, shoved to safety. Remember, Nashville out of substitutions.
Great movement on the ball there from Wynn, though. He's so fast. It's almost as if he's faster on the ball than he is without it. And to be able to maintain that type of control, those are the moments that Gary Smith is looking for. Look at this, just a nice quick change of direction. Not a penalty for me. Not enough contact there.
King. Intelligent run from Hume. On the defense of 3 Riverhounds. Manufactured a cross out of it in front of tonight's Ashton real estate attendance, 6,689. Davis for Melodo. Lancaster waiting in the area. Clever from Akinyoti. A goal would send Nashville to the top of the table. Riverhounds resistance tightens. Lancaster. Cleverly done towards Wynn.
Nice little back heel.
Oh, it stayed in play. The flag stayed down. Akinyoti. Lagrassa. Ockford. Pretzeled his defender. King. Given away in a poor area. A half-hearted attempt at a counterattack from the Riverhounds, who are on empty. Alan Wynn. Is he the antidote to this stalemate? It's Alan Wynn! Work. Carried away by Morton.
Well, you said it, John. This Pittsburgh team is just exhausted on their last legs.
And Dos Santos split the defense. Important intervention from Jimmy Ockford. Melodo. Nearly finding a fissure. Now it's Matt Lagrassa. Safely saved by Kyle Morton. Take a look at the attempt from Alan Wynn.
He does well. Makes good contact on that strike, but decent save from Morton to keep this one 0-0.
Melodo. On the attention of three Riverhounds. Lancaster. King. Hume laying off for King. Davis crosses feathered in towards Hume, who was climbing the back of his former teammate Ryan James. Pittsburgh will be making a substitution. First the replay.
And they get that ball in. I mean, you just see the big body of Hume. He is such a threat in the air. You have to imagine that these sort of last few minutes of this match, we're going to see a lot of that service in, trying to get heads, trying to get any sort of contact on that ball inside the box.
Frustrating night for Steven Dos Santos, not aided by the 40th minute red card by Toby Adewale. And in his place comes Kevin Kerr, veteran from York, England, who has played more minutes than any Riverhound in club history. Brought in by Bob Lilly to try and lock this game down for Pittsburgh. Coach is locked in. I don't think he's sat all game. Man who knows how to win championships. Did so in 2015 with Rochester, now defunct. Dabo. Rare realm. Gary Smith, who told us a draw in this match, this was before Nashville went ahead, obviously. He was talking to us on Friday. He said a draw would benefit Pittsburgh.
Definitely the case right here.
Votes are in. Tonight's Budweiser Man of the Match, voted on by you, number 6, Ken Tribbett. Beyond just his stellar defensive efforts, he was the man who absorbed the red card challenge that reduced the Riverhounds to 10. Here is Lebo Melodo, the gates of the attacking third.
It's just so hard for Nashville right now.
Melodo for Lancaster. We'll have another go at the Coca-Cola corner kick.
When they're playing that compact, there's just no room to make any sort of runs. There's no space. Pittsburgh just hunkering down.
The corner from Justin Davis. Rising and a save by Morton. Best of the night. Denying Nashville top of the table. And denying Jimmy Ockford another famous moment in goals.
Yeah, Ockford so close, so close to being the hero once again. An excellent header, but a terrific save by Morton.
That's tremendous work by Forbes. And could Pittsburgh nick it here at the death? It's Valesky. SOS challenge from Alan Wynn. Of all the people to make a game-saving challenge, it is Alan Wynn who's done so.
Just like we drew it up. What an effort by Alan Wynn to track all the way back. Just a beautiful, beautiful defensive tackle to stop that play. Wow.
Surely there couldn't be another. Surely their luck is out, but you never know with this team in goal.
They say good things happen in threes, John.
King. Lancaster. Rebounds out for Meloto. Such an uneventful second half here. You wonder there probably won't be much stoppage time for Nashville to work with. Ockford, Hume bearing down. He's collided with Morton, the goalkeeper.
Just more of the same from Nashville, just trying anything to get the ball inside the box, get big bodies on the ball, hoping it somehow finds its way into the back of the net.
Pittsburgh, with their industrial efforts, have found a way not only get a corner kick, but melt off. Probably about a minute to take it.
Nashville has to be feeling incredibly exhausted as well at this point, but it's just as important. I mean, we talked about it. These set pieces are so dangerous. They have to defend. They have to get all of those bodies inside.
Pittsburgh, only 4 interested players in the area. Corner comes from Forbes. Punch by Pickens. It's Wynn in a foot race with James. Insurance clearance from Dover. We're told the discussions with the 4th official, the negotiations for stoppage time have been finalized, and it will be 3 minutes hoisted in just a moment. And listen to the supporters.
They are willing this team to get those 3 points.
Lancaster. Wynn. Coyote first to it. Into stoppage time we go. 3 minutes for Nashville to find a goal. 3 minutes to go top of the table. And now less than 3 minutes for Pittsburgh to pull out a draw in the most difficult of circumstances. Ockford. The cross comes in. It's Greenspan there. Extracted from the feet of Forbes. Lancaster taken away by James. Pittsburgh digs in again. Full pass from King. Kerr closed down by Ockford. Crafty touch from James. And now Valesky in a spot of deep isolation against Ken Tribbett.
Can't be careless defensively here, too. So much to play for.
They just want one more good look in a game that has had so few. That won't help.
Wouldn't it just be something, though? Wouldn't it just be something if they were able to do it for the 3rd time in a row?
That man is a specialist in moments like these. Blue Coyotes' only 2 goals for Nashville have come in the final minute of a game. Here we go. 93rd minute of stoppage time. With stoppage time, that is. And it's Dover. Pittsburgh will take their sweet time on this throw-in, or will they?
They saw something.
Launched in by James. Pittsburgh can keep this pinned in the defensive third. They will walk away with their well-earned draw. And there it is. Frustrating and tedious night for Nashville. Resolute and defiant night for Pittsburgh. In a street fight, Pittsburgh has held Nashville scoreless after the 40th minute red card to Toby Adewale. They bunkered down, and Bob Lilly and his team with a deserved and earned draw, built out of the most stubborn resistance. 0-0 at First Tennessee Park. They could nearly touch the top in this game. They would have done so with a goal. Nevertheless, Nashville and Pittsburgh share the spoils. Our postgame show coming up from First Tennessee Park. Well, for once, Nashville could not find a last-minute winner as the score line finishes where it started, 0-0. Our final tonight at First Tennessee Park in a very combative match between Nashville and Pittsburgh. I'm John Freeman, joined by Susanna Collins, and well, there weren't many opportunities in this half or in this game, and it transitions us to our save of the game. I'm curious what our production crew has picked out here, because there weren't a lot of saves for Matt Pickens. We'll get to that in a moment. Here is your save of the game. And there was the man who made it. We couldn't find one for Matt Pickens, so we picked the save of the game for Alan Wynn. This came in the closing minutes of this game. It was Valesky who nearly could have found the winner against all odds, and Alan Wynn, a lung-busting run and the important intervention.
Oh, that was a Herculean effort from Wynn on that play. Shades of Wayne Rooney we saw last year as he tracked back, but great effort, just nothing to show for it, unfortunately, for Nashville. Missed opportunity.
Although one of the big stories of this game was the red card to Toby Adewale in the 40th minute, and then Pittsburgh just pulled up the drawbridge, closed the door, and that was about it for this one. Not a lot of chances for Nashville, but not for lack of trying, especially from that man, Alan Wynn. Go ahead and take a look at the stats in this one, and they reveal quite a tight game. 4 shots on target. We also have to mention stellar night for Kyle Morton, the goalkeeper. Those 4 shots on target, many of them needing acrobatics.
Well, yeah, he had to have a big game because those 4 shots, all of them were very much on target. He made some huge saves, came up so big for Pittsburgh when they needed him. We talked about it earlier. We said that they were going to be happy with walking away with 1 point on the road, and I think Bob Lilly is going to be so proud of his team's effort tonight, especially going down a man. It's just unfortunate for Nashville with the opportunity to go on the top of the Eastern Conference standings. It's so tight. It's such a tight race in the East now, John.
Pittsburgh has still not lost a game this season when being drawn at half. And for Nashville, well, okay, you drew a team that has only lost 4 times this season, the least in the East. The reason why Nashville will be displeased with this result, 1, you didn't get it at home, but 2, a chance to go top of the table because of the results in the Lou City New York Red Bulls 2 game. But once again, Nashville cannot find the goal to send themselves to the top of the table for the first time in club history. Disappointment in the draw, but nevertheless, Nashville still in a good position when we look at the table in the USL Eastern Conference. And here is that table. Nashville gains a point in this match. They fall a spot, dropping to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, who jumped them into 3rd with their emphatic win over Bethlehem. But look at this. Nashville now 1 point out of 1st. But then you look further down the table, and teams with a game in hand, Louisville and Pittsburgh, knocking on the door, Susanna. It is a perplexing USL Eastern Conference.
It certainly is. This is very MLS-like right now. But I will say there's good news for Nashville, John, and that is what you take away when you look at their upcoming schedule, because they're going to have games at home. And they've been good here, and that matters. And so they can't let this result affect how they are moving forward. They're going to have to bounce back, and I have all the confidence in the world that Gary Smith will get his team in the right headspace for that.
Here are those upcoming games. By opponents' points per game, these 4 opponents, only Charlotte in the Eastern Conference has an easier schedule down the stretch. Now, there are still some very good teams in here, Louisville and North Carolina, but you also look at some big opportunities going to struggling Loudoun, hosting Atlanta United 2 near the bottom of the table in the last match of the season. Nashville's a point out of 1st place, and look at their final 4 games. I know it might be a bitter feeling for the players tonight, a draw at First Tennessee Park, but nevertheless, they have put themselves in position in these last 4.
They have, and they say you have to have a short memory in sports, and they're just going to have to bounce back from this one. Would it have been nice to be sitting on top of those Eastern Conference standings? Of course it would. However, it didn't happen. That's not the case. You get the job done in the next 4 matches that you have.
Well, Susanna, I certainly appreciate your presence today and all of your expertise and your personality and being on this broadcast. It's been fun to have you, and thank you so much. And sorry we couldn't get you a goal.
Thank you.
But nevertheless, enjoyed it.
No, working with you was wonderful. You're the ultimate pro, and just a treat to be here in Nashville.
I think what's exciting is we'll be hearing more from you next year, because Nashville's going to be in MLS.
Yes.
In your realm. But first, Nashville's got a title chase on its hands. They are just 1 point out of 1st place. They could not get a goal tonight in a very stubborn, cagey match against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. 1 point apiece from First Tennessee Park for everybody involved in our broadcast. Susanna Collins, my color analyst. I'm John Freeman saying so long from Tennessee. We'll talk to you next time, and thank you so much for watching.